In Austin, I stalled, paused, my eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. Dreams in paradise. Truth is what you can see.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and of course, this is Wednesday. So remember, every other Wednesday, one Wednesday we're at Rococo's, one Wednesday we're at Ned's, and today we are at Rococo's. If you've never been here, that is your loss. You need to come by and check it out. It's one of my favorite places to go. It's at 4308 Northwestern, right down from VZD's, across from the Drum Room and Sip, right next to Sushi Nico, one of my favorite places to grab food. You can contact them at for reservations at 405-400-7495. For any catering events, you can contact them at 405-534-8838. That's 534-8838 if you need some catering or events at their event center down at the old original Coco on 27th and Penn. They are open Sunday through Thursday from 11 to 10. Fridays and Saturdays, they're open from 11 to 11 on the weekends. And if you've never been here, dude, you got to try their crab cakes are the best, and Bruce and the guys do a fantastic job with their food. And in fact, today I am here waiting on my pasta primavera, but I've got to do the show, got it ordered, got everything set up, but I'm waiting on my pasta primavera today. I'm starving and cannot wait to eat before the thing. So let's get right into it. Last night, the Thunder took care of business against the Celtics, 150 to 117. Yes, you heard me. 150 points scored by the Thunder. I believe that's the most that I don't think they've scored that much when we had KD. Sorry, Russell and the bearded one. I don't think we scored that many points. But anyway, 150 to 117 without SGA, by the way, which is just incredible. And the Thunder were just firing on all cylinders last night. We've got the box score right here so you can see what they did. I mean, I was just sitting back just going, wow. I went to the game. I only stayed there till halftime because I was like, I just don't like blowouts. I don't like playing the games of blowouts. And the good thing about doing this show now is that I don't have to get wasted. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? But I don't have to get wasted at the games now. So it makes it really nice for me to be able to do that. But when you look at the team stats last night in the box score, J-Dub, 21, 10 for 17. Kendricks Williams, 10 points, 3 for 6, 2 for 3. Wiggins, 17 points, 7 of 8, 2 for 2. And, if you've been listening to me, to my show until After the Storm, which is my OKC Thunder show, I've been griping about Wiggins not playing. We won 6 out of 8, and it's so funny. So when him in the starting lineup, we're 7 straight, 7-0. Now, explain to me why, if this guy's not in the starting lineup, I don't get that. If you're undefeated with him in the starting lineup, why is he not starting? I don't get that. I don't understand Coach D's philosophy. I don't understand how he thinks. I don't get the stat. I don't understand it. To me, it's really, really simple. Your best starting lineup is SGA, Dort, Giddey, Wiggins, and Poku right now, because it would be Chet if Poku wasn't there, but that's your best starting lineup. I don't understand how you're winning with that starting lineup and then you don't do it for whatever reason. And we've had 17 different starting lineups. It's been mind-boggling to me, but I did not know that stat. until last night. The Thunder 6-0, now 7 when he's starting. Giddey, of course, big night, 25 points, 10 for 15. He was very Shea-like last night. It said 0 for 0, but I thought he went 1 for 1 for 3 for whatever reason. Uh, I don't know why when I was looking at the stats from ESPN that they did not have him with the 3. I thought he made at least 1 3 last night. But anyway, Giddey 10 for 15. Dort 23 points, 8 for 15, 3 for 6. And Baisley, poor guy. I just don't. I mean, I like Jay Will better than I like Baisley. They give you the same thing except Williams, Jay Williams, Jay Will. J Dub is up at the top and Jay Will. They're both Jay Will, but I call J Dub and Jay Will. I need to put Jay Will when he's in the game instead of Jay Williams. But 8 points, 3 for 6, 2 for 3. Baisley 4 points, 1 for 3. I guess we're hoping Baisley plays well so we can put some sort of trade package for him, but I just don't. Him and that spin move that he does just drives me nuts. I don't understand it. I don't know why he's playing. I prefer to take the young fella and get Jay Will as much time, but of course he's playing in the G League, getting as much time as he possibly can get down there. But to me, I'm gonna play him. I don't understand why he's not playing more. I like the kid. I like everything he's doing, and to me, he should be in the game. He should be playing more because, every time we play Boston, he does play, and he gives us a lot offensively. He gives us what we need on the defensive side of the ball. He plays hard now. I think he plays too hard sometimes because he gets himself in foul trouble simply because, he wants to be out there so bad that I think that it kind of hurts him a little bit because he wants it so bad that he's out there just playing way, way too hard. And I just think that he is one of Drew's favorite players. And when Drew gets on, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com, he'll talk all about his boy J-Dub, whom he just really, really, really loves. But anyway, J-Dub, 8 points, 7 rebounds last night, played good, 3 assists. Muscala, no points, 0 for 3. And part of Muscala is that he needs to play with SGA because SGA attacks the basket, and when they're on the same side, he attacks towards Muscala's man. Muscala's man has to come off, and then Muscala's very, very good at shooting open shots. He's not so good at for somebody's running at him, but if he's wide open, he's extremely deadly, and SGA seems to have figured that out about Muscala. Trey Mann, 21 points, 8 for 11, 5 for 8, 6 ribbies, and even 3 assists. And I had said that I want Trey to distribute the ball more and not think so much about scoring. And he did a great job of that last night. Isaiah Joe, 21, 8 for 13, 3 for 7. So when those two guys are going on all cylinders, it helps the Thunder out so much. And I love what they're doing together. But once again, both of them are catch and shoot guys. When they try to do all the herky-jerky and get open and create their own shot, trying to shoot from 3, because a lot of times what they do is they get to going and they do your step back at the 3-point line. So they go from 22 to 27 instead of taking the guy below the 3-point line, then doing a step back, because that shot is a lot easier to hit more consistently than the step back 30-footer, which is what Steph Curry does and Klay does. So those two need to figure out where they are on the court when they do their step back, because that'll make a huge difference. And then when you look at the final score last night, Celtics, of course, 21-12. The Thunder is 16-21 now tied with the Lakers towards trying to get into the playoffs. And that would be a fantastic deal if you can get to the play-in. Even if you lose, no one expected us to be there. And right now, what are we at? 37 games. So we're almost at the halfway point. And we've got half of the wins that I thought we would have. I thought we'd have about 31 wins is what I predicted. But I think we'll end up with more. And I thought if we play really, really well, we can end up with 40. Everybody thought I was out of my mind. But it looks like that I'm right on point with what the Thunder could be. The Celtics were 12 of 40 from the 3 last night, 45% field goals, 38 rebounds, 46 points in the paint with 17 turnovers. Thunder, 20 for 40. Yes, 20 for 40 from three. Yes, I did say that. That is not, you're hearing me correctly. 59% from the field, 44 rebounds, 70 points in the paint, and that's without SGA because normally we don't shoot the ball inside the three without SGA. So I'm glad Josh took over SGA's role and attacked the basket. Great job and loved what he did last night. Only 13 turnovers. We outscored the Celtics 54-44 on the night as far as bench scoring, which I've always talked about. That's something that we have to have as a team. We have to be able to, our bench players have to step up. And then when you look at the Thunder stats this year, we're averaging 115, opponents 116. We're shooting 46, they're shooting 46. We're once again 33% from the three. Uh, 33% from the field, 36% for our opponents, 24 and 24 in assists, and then turnovers 14 and 17. And as long as we stay about there, and like I had said the very first of the year, we need to be about 12, 14 is the maximum amount of turnovers that we can have for us to be successful. If we can do that, I think we had a great chance to really do something, and the Thunder have kept right in line with what my predictions were. And then, of course, we do lead the league in turning over our opponents with 17, and Boston had 17 last night. So overall, I like what I saw. The crowd was good. And like I said, more and more people, hey, go to the games. Like I was talking to my friend, and she was telling a friend of mine, and she was telling me, yeah, I used to go to the games, and now I don't go anymore. And I'm like, well, why not? Go to the games. I mean, why are you not going? Because to me, I understood it first. Like I understood last year when we didn't know who the hell our team was, what was going on. I completely got that. This year, I could see people kind of, well, Chet got hurt. Do I really want to waste my time? Blah, blah. It's so expensive. It is so worth it to go to the games. It is so much fun because it's the experience of going. It's the experience of seeing people like the way, Randy Wright at YNB has had the same club level tickets the whole time. So, you get to see the same people pretty much all the time that you used to see, you run into. That's the only time you run into them is at Thunder games. So it's an event, and everybody should go. And our team is young, and dude, we are getting there. Come on now, we're getting there. So let's go. Let's go. Go to the games, enjoy our team, and see what we have to offer, and see what can happen with this group. So it would be more than worth it if you haven't gone. You need to go. Now, last night in NBA scores, sorry about that. The Celtics 117, Thunder 150. The Bucks beat the Wizards, and Giannis was just unbelievable last night. He was an absolute monster last night. I'm just like, dang, big fella, do what you do. He was really, really good last night. I mean, he was really, 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 really good last night. Was glad to see him, and he is just dominant. They're talking about the MVP again, and Jokic. And Jokic is just a beast. He's almost averaging a triple-double as a center. And he's just a monster. I still think Embiid should have won it last year. Because to me, how can you win the MVP if your team is average as overall? Yeah, you're the most valuable player on your team, but you didn't help your team have a winning record or playing far in the playoffs and be one of the top teams in the league. So I don't know what that was other than them going against Embiid. That's the only thing I can see. The Kings beat the Jazz, two of the young, upcoming teams. The Jazz is just kind of a hodgepodge of a bunch of different players because they unloaded everybody, and they're just like, okay, we're going to take what we can take and see what we got. And good coaching can get you through that, which is part of what our deal is and my frustration with the Thunder and what we're doing, because I believe that we could be far better than where we are and what we're doing as far as coaching is concerned. That's just me. Man, my graphics are all messed up today. I don't know why I didn't check that and fix those today. I know better than this. I'm sorry, people. I apologize, but I was kind of in a hurry trying to get everything done. But you guys know That's the good thing about technology. You can get it done, but when you're in a hurry, don't be in a hurry when you're trying to do graphics. It's not the best scenario in the world to try to do, but I'm going to get it fixed for you guys so you can see everything that's going on today. I will get that done and get that fixed. So, but anyway, these are the games that we have today. I'm getting there. Sorry about that. I should have had this done, but you know what? It's fine. It is what it is. I mean, the good thing about you doing this, you can see how it's done. And for those of you who are wanting to do stuff like this, hey, it gives you a chance to really see how technology set up and how it works. So, but anyway, in games today, you have the Suns and the Cavs at 6. You have the Grizzlies and the Hornets at 6 as well. Once again, the Suns, we don't know what's going to happen with them. I mean, that team is just so up and down, whereas the Cavs, I mean, they're rolling. Of course, Donovan Mitchell coming off his 71-point performance the other night on 7 threes. That's all he had, where Klay Thompson had 54 on 10 threes. So of his 71 points, he only had 21 of them were from the three-point line, whereas Klay Thompson, 30 of his 54 were from three. But they're two totally different players. Klay is a shooter, and Donovan is a scorer, which are two totally different things. So I don't know if they can just keep that high, but they did win in overtime. Somebody was trying to compare it to Kobe. Not comparing it to Kobe. Sorry. Kobe's 81. He only played 3 quarters. It was just ridiculous. And but it's just like, Phil Jackson said, we're trying to win a championship. We're not trying to get Kobe to break a record. And I think that he possibly could have broke Wilt's record, but we shall see. Anyway, Grizzlies, Hornets. Grizzlies and the Hornets, great game that it's going to be tonight. I like the matchup because, the Grizzlies, the Hornets match up well with them because they both like to get up and down the field, get up and down the court. So I think that's going to be interesting watching them run and gun. Pacers, Sixers. The Pacers you just never know what you're going to get out of them, and the Sixers are kind of in the same way. But I just don't know how well Miles Turner can hang with Embiid tonight. We shall see in Philly. Thunder on a road game with the Magic, and the Thunder are 2-2 this year on back-to-back nights, which goes to show what can be done with a young team and them understanding, because I think they want to win. I think they're not one to tank to get a chance to Wembanyama. I don't think that they want that. I think they want to win now, especially SGA. He's wanting them to win right now. He's not one to lose. But anyway, the Thunder 2-2 thus far on back-to-back nights. So I look for the deal. And the question is whether SGA will play tonight. I don't know if he's playing. It's some sort of non-COVID illness, but I thought that was fantastic because it kind of threw the Celtics off because they were expecting SGA to be there last night, and he was not, which allowed them to do that. Spurs, Kings. Spurs handle their business against the Kings tonight. Against the Knicks tonight. Madison Square Garden. The Knicks probably will take that. That is my guess. Just looking at the two teams, the Knicks, very athletic, but I think that the Spurs will handle their business. The Bucks and the Raptors. The Bucks at the Raptors. Giannis, fantastic last night. The Raptors just don't have. Siakam cannot guard him. Giannis was just a beast, and they made up a thing last night about Giannis is just as dominant as Shaq was for 3 years, and I agree with that. I'm just like, Shaq, that's why I can't put him over Kareem, because Kareem was just dominant over a longer period of time. Shaq was very dominant over a 3 to 5 year period. He was ridiculous, especially for those 3 years with the Lakers. He was just unbelievable and unbelievably crazy. Rockets at the Pelicans. Oh, man, I don't really want to even watch that game, especially since the Thunder's on. I'm going to watch that over this game. Nuggets, Pelicans. Rockets, Pelicans, not really interested in that. Then we have the Trailblazers versus the T-Wolves. T-Blazers versus T-Wolves. I like how I did that. The Blazers at the Wolves. That'll be a good game tonight. Two teams with good guards. But the Wolves are so much bigger inside, so whether they'll exploit that or not, we shall see. But it depends on how well that the Blazers are shooting from outside. Nets and Bulls. Nets going for their 13th straight. They have been just ridiculous the way they've been playing thus far, I don't see them to stop coming to them anytime soon. They're on a roll right now. Ben Simmons playing defense. They've got them playing defense as a group, and just love, love, love what I see right there. Uh, Pistons at Golden State. Golden State, what are they? 17-2 at home. So they're playing the Pistons. They should get that W tonight, even though they had a hard-fought win the other night. They should get the W tonight against the Pistons. Hawks and Kings, man, two young teams going at it. DeAndre against Trey should be good. Trey was magnificent the other night, so we shall see what's going to happen with that. Then, of course, Heat and Lakers to round out the night. Man, that's going to be crazy. Okay, that's going to be crazy because the Lakers need to keep winning. They've won 2 in a row. They're looking to go on this 3-man streak, but they're LeBron and a bunch of hodgepodge. That's all they are. It's very frustrating to me as a Laker fan, and I'm sure it's frustrating to LeBron. But once again, that was his choice to do this and have this team the way it is. The Lakers had it structured beautifully, and he decided that's not what he wanted, even though he acts like he's a GM. He is not. And he put the Lakers where they are, and I just want him to take responsibility for it, which, of course, he is not going to do. Frustrating. Anyway, that being said, I want to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. I want to thank everything they do for us as far as keeping our computers running or keeping the show going. If you have any needs for any software written to make your office run smoother or website design, they are the people that you need to work with that. They are fantastic. And then, of course, SRB and my guy, Mark Long. If you have an engineering, surveying, or planning, he is the dude that you want to holler at for that. Oak Grove Trucking and my guy, Jose Fierro. They are fantastic in doing all the things that they need to do as far as rock removal, transportation of dirt. He is the dude. And then Greg and Max Nafee, appreciate always what they do for me in sponsoring. Last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. If you want to pre-qualify online for any loans, personal or business, you can at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. They are the people that makes things happen. And then we also appreciate them being a remote sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, and we appreciate them because we would not be able to do it without them. And then we want to thank Rococo's and my guy Bruce and Amber Reinhardt for allowing us to come over here and do our remotes. They are at 4308 Northwestern. You can call for reservations at 405-400-7495. That's 400-7495 for reservations. They are open Sunday through Thursday from 11 to 10. Friday and Saturday nights, they're open from 11 to 11. Then you can also, if you have any catering or event needs, you can contact them at 405-534-8838. That's 405-534-8838. If you have any needs for stuff like that, they are the people you want to talk to. And, of course, they have that great event center over on Pennsylvania. They are fantastic for that. So I highly recommend Bruce and the staff over here. They are just fantastic. Love everything they do, and we appreciate them allowing me to come in every other Wednesday to come here to do the show. So this weekend, man, I tell you what, the NFL schedule this week is just going to be crazy because Monday night, of course, Mar Hamlin heart stopped the safety for the Bills. And it's so funny, he took over from Micah Hyde, who had a neck injury. So this is a violent sport, which is why I say that they should be paid that, but then I also understand why the NFL doesn't guarantee their money, because you get hurt, you're not on there. It's just like, look at Lamar. You know, they've got to figure out what to do with that. I just don't. I know he thinks he wants the 200 million, but that's not going to happen. They're not the Browns, and that's the part of the thing when you have your mom sponsoring or your mom is your agent. They don't understand. I mean, she's like, well, he got this and he's better than him. That's not about that. It's the organization. And the organization you're with does not do that. They don't pay people. That's not who they are. You understand where you're at, and then you also got to understand that he needs to be paid as the most better than Kyler. Yeah, I would say that, but you got to understand where you're at and what you're doing, and then you also got to understand is that okay, let's say that you don't want to take it. Well, he can be franchised for the next 3 years. Then what? Then all of a sudden your son's value is going to go down. You haven't got as much money as you normally would have gotten because what? That's only 90 or 110 million where you get 170 something or 180 million guaranteed. Take it and move on. Because let's face it, is he gonna allow you betting on him to be healthy for the next 5 years 4 years for him to get paid what you really want him to think he can get paid? No. I mean, that's a huge risk. That's a huge risk. And to me, go ahead and take the money now and understand business. Understand the situations. And that's the problem with people not having people who do this for a living. At least get you an attorney who knows what's happening and understands it, and you're paying him an attorney rate of $400 an hour or $500 an hour or whatever it is. But, Lamar, you're hurting if you don't play. Like, I was listening to some people today. They're like, Lamar shouldn't play the rest of the year because, they didn't want to pay me the money. You're already getting paid this year. You're already getting paid. If you want to sit out the whole year and really he's more dynamic, yes. But at the same time, have they scored way more points than they're scoring now? They're scoring about the same. But, it's just kind of hard to me. It's like Lamar. Take the $180 million or whatever they're guaranteeing and move on. You're not going to get $230. You're not going to get your full contract guaranteed. It's been 2 contracts after he got his. Deshaun Watson got his. Been 2 quarterback contracts. Neither one of them came even near to being fully guaranteed. But you're going to think, you're going to get yours fully guaranteed. Not happening. They're not going to do it. So, in fact, I was talking to some guys when this first all happened. Oh, they're going to give it to him. No, they're not. It's not who they are. Now, if Lamar had played all the way this whole year and they were undefeated and, number 1 team and all of that, maybe. But I just don't think that's not the Ravens. That's not who they are. That's not what they do. So understand, look, I need to be paid because I'm next in line. I need to have the most money guaranteed than any other quarterback that's got signed, which means Kyler married 174. That's where that's at. But he's older than Kyler. So Kyler has a longer shelf life than he does. Patrick Mahomes got $500 million. He didn't get all that guaranteed, or $450. He didn't get all that guaranteed. Why? Because he didn't worry about it. I'm still going to get paid. They're going to pay me all my money. I know I'm getting paid. I'm not worried about that. Plus, I'm making all this money off the field. And there's so many other ways that you can make up for it. But I do understand that that's her baby, and she thinks he's worth more than what he is. But you got to understand business and who you're talking to and what's going on. So, in the NFL schedule this weekend, it's still going to be crazy because we don't know what's going to happen with the Bills because the Bills and Bengals did not play. So they're 1 game short, which kind of screws up the playoff picture and everything else. So this weekend, here are the games that we have going on this weekend. You've got the Chiefs against the Raiders, which, of course, that means a lot because in the AFC hunt for the title, the Chiefs win, the Bucks and the Bills lose, or the Bengals lose, the Chiefs are automatically the number 1 seed. So they've got to win in Las Vegas. So a lot of that is going to depend on what happens. The Titans and the Jaguars, they're both playing for the division as far as the North. And so we shall see, the South, so we shall see what's going to happen with the Titans and the Jaguars. The winner of that is the division champion. But, there's so many scenarios that hey, is that Drew? What's going on, big man?
Yes, sir. How we doing, buddy?
Doing good. Just doing a little breakdown of the playoffs this weekend.
Yeah, sorry I get on a little late here. I'm kind of running between jobs.
That's okay. Morning. Yeah, I was just talking about the Chiefs, where if they win, the Bills lose or the Bengals lose, they automatically are the number one seed. And I just think that the NFL hasn't made a decision on whether to play this game or not, or the Bills replay it, which to me, like you and I talked about yesterday, if the Chiefs win, then you got to make a decision. If the Chiefs lose, then you can say, okay, the Bills are automatically in. But no, that's not true, because the Bengals, if they beat the Bills and the Ravens and the Chiefs lose, then the Bengals are the number one seed. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
when do you play that game? If you do, you push it back. Do you just say, like, to me, you just go ahead and just, hey, it's a tie.
They're
Let's
going
just
to
move
call
on.
the tie. I don't think there's any doubt they're going to call the tie.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, how do you play that game? I mean, because that gives one more game. I just think, I don't even know why they played the 17th game anyway. Just keep it at 16 games.
I hate it. And I hate it for the Bills, because I think they probably would have been the number one seed, but we'll see.
You think they would have beat the Bengals? Because the Bengals were rolling.
I think they would have. I think it was their night.
Yeah.
That's just me.
That's just you. Okay,
I
so.
had a -2.
Okay. Oh, here comes the gambler out, the HuskerDrewPicks.com dude coming out. And then, of course, you have the Jaguars and the Titans playing, and the Titans are playing the third string quarterback. I mean, I'm just going, dude, what are you doing? Whatever. I guess winning the division doesn't really matter, huh? But I don't think they can beat the Jaguars at home. Trevor Lawrence is playing really, really well. Really, really well.
Well, that's all going to depend on, is the running back playing for the Titans? Is Henry playing?
No, I think they're not playing anybody. They're just letting everybody go.
So they don't want to make the playoffs?
Yeah, let me see the playoff picture.
They have to win to get in. The Titans have to win to get in the playoffs, right?
Let me see. In the bracket, the Titans. Let me see. AFC. Yeah, the Titans got to win to get in.
So I don't know why they're not playing their players.
I don't either. That makes no sense.
I guess I can understand the quarterback if you think that the third stringer's got a better chance to win you a ball game than Ryan Tannehill, but I don't really see a reason not to play Derrick Henry.
I don't understand it, Drew. I'm looking at the bracket right now, and the way it sits is you got Kansas City number one seed, you've got Jacksonville, the Buffalo number 2, so it would be Buffalo against New England. You'd have Cincinnati versus Baltimore. You'd have Jacksonville versus the Clippers. I mean, the Clippers. Chargers.
You got, what's the crazy deal there is you've got Buffalo, who now, let's say that the NFL does call that a tie. Well, they're going to they got to play New England Sunday and then flip around and play them again Saturday.
Yeah, that's why I think they don't play them.
They'll play New England in the first round.
Yeah, they play New England in the first round, but this is the deal.
I don't see Buffalo playing any of their players this weekend. I mean, to me, I don't know. It's good. The NFL's got a mess on their hands right now because Buffalo's liable to sit everybody, and then turn around and have to play New England, which that lets New England in the playoffs if Buffalo doesn't play anybody. To where if they would have beat Cincinnati, this is a long story, real short. If they would have beat Cincinnati, then Buffalo would have played all their players against New England and knocked New England out of the playoffs.
Exactly, because that's who they'd have to play back to back.
Yeah, so I think the conspiracy theorist in me is getting Bill Belichick in the playoffs.
Right. Here's the deal, Drew. In the playoffs, the Patriots have to win to get in the playoffs.
Exactly. Against a depleted Bills team that's not going
no.
to play anybody.
But listen, they have to win. The Dolphins have to lose. Plus the Steelers have to lose, and the Jaguars win for them to get in. That's what all has to happen.
Steelers will lose at Baltimore. I think Steelers will lose. They play at Baltimore, right?
Yep.
And then Miami plays where?
Without the Jets. Tua. I think Miami plays the Jets. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the schedule here. Where's the NFL schedule? Man, where is my NFL schedule? I need to get my button where I can just push buttons. That's what I need.
I can get it. Sorry, I can get it. I haven't had a chance. I've been dealing with a hot water tank today, buddy.
NFL's? Okay, here it is. Okay, the Patriots play the Bills. Who are we at? Jets at the Dolphins.
Yeah. Jets at the Dolphins without Tua.
Right. And without Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, so I mean.
And without Bridgewater.
Yeah, so I mean, and you've got, I think, the Jets are favored. So I mean, it's Jets are favored by 3.5. So I mean, that's a good chance the Dolphins lose that game.
Yep, the Dolphins.
The
Dolphins have to have a win.
If they lose.
Dolphins. If the Dolphins win and the Patriots lose, the Dolphins are in. If the Steelers win, the Dolphins lose, and the Patriots lose, they're in, which is just insane. Which could happen.
What if the Dolphins win and the Steelers and the Patriots lose? Dolphins are in?
The Dolphins are in if they win and the Patriots lose. They're in. The Steelers are in with the win and the Dolphins and Patriots lose, and the Steelers have the Browns at home.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the matchups and the TV slots and everything for Sunday.
Oh, God, dude.
It's just the NFL's kind of a joke right now. Why wouldn't you play the Eagles and the Giants at noon to see basically you're hanging Dallas out there, because if the Eagles win, Dallas won't play one of their starters. If the Eagles lose, Dallas is going to play all their starters.
That's exactly right. Because this is Dallas's deal. The Dallas have to win to get the number 1 seed.
Yep.
They have to win, plus the Eagles loss and the 49ers lose.
So the 49ers on the tiebreaker against the Cowboys?
Yep.
That's kind of hard to believe since Dallas
beat them.
I think they're like 8-1. I think they're like 8-1 against NFC opponents, something like that. Something crazy.
I'm looking at the deal that says the 49ers win to get the number 1 seed. If they win and the Eagles lose, they're the number 1 seed. The Cowboys have to get a W,
right,
and the Eagles loss and 49ers loss, or a 49ers tie.
I tell you, I'd much rather go play in San Francisco for the NFC Championship game in decent weather against a rookie quarterback than I would have to go freeze your butt off in Philly against the most obnoxious fan base in the country, and hope you can pull off a win out there.
Yeah, but that's the scenario. How crazy is it? But the Bengals, in order to win the North, they have to win against the Bills or win against the Ravens. They'll beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think what the NFL is doing is they're just saying, okay, we're going to play this weekend and see if everything will take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? Because if the Chiefs lose, then the Bengals are in the second place, and the Bengals have to win. If the Chiefs lose, that's gonna, that's why they got playing on Saturday. So that's gonna solve a lot for the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it kind of doesn't make any sense. And if I'm Dallas, well, I'm not very happy right now because basically the NFL is putting those 2 games at the same exact time, and the Giants are coming out saying that the coach is saying one thing, but Vegas is saying the other. Coach is saying the Giants are going to play their players, but Vegas has the Eagles at a 13.5-point favorite. So that tells you right there that the Giants aren't playing their starters.
Right. Well, they're not playing. Supposedly the Giants are playing everybody but Saquon.
Well, yeah, it's making the best running back. So I don't know.
Which is basically their whole team.
Right. If you tell me you're not playing your best running back, you're going to trying to get your quarterback killed.
Right. That's what you're saying. I mean, that's really, Drew, that's really what you're saying. I mean.
Yeah. So the Philly's going to load the box and hurt your quarterback because you decided not to play your running back.
Well, then,
I don't know who their backup running back is, but I tell you, Philly is in trouble right now. I've seen a Dallas team do this before. And rest starters and play backup quarterbacks and then think they're going to turn it on in the first round of the playoffs. And if Philly thinks that they can do that in the playoffs, I think they're going to have a rude awakening.
Especially get a team that's already hot.
Yep. So we'll see.
Well, then also, Drew, what do you think about the Packers playing their last game? How pissed off are the Lions?
Yeah.
I mean, because if Seattle wins, they're in. The Lions are out.
Yep.
So if they already win that day, then what are the Lions even playing for? Pride?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they if they beat the Packers, do they knock the Packers out of the playoffs?
Yes.
So, that's what they're playing for.
Well, that's what Dan Campbell said yesterday. He goes, either we'll be playing to play in the playoffs or keep somebody out.
Yeah, but basically that's their playoff game. They're going to consider that a playoff game.
If Seattle wins,
playoff game.
if Seattle wins,
and Seattle's going to win because Geno's Pizza is open. It's open. They're delivering. And Geno's Pizza is going to make the playoffs. What do you think about that?
Dude, they play the Rams.
Geno's Pizza is delivering to the playoffs.
Dude, they're playing the Rams.
Hey, I can't. You only play who's put in front of you.
Now that's exactly right, though. That's all you can ever say is who is going to be put in front of you. That's all you can do. But this schedule, this playoff deal is crazy. I mean, the Packers win, they're in. The Eagles win, they're number 1 seed. The Cowboys need everything. They need to win. Which, of course, what do you think about the Cowboys?
I'd like to see that breakdown on how San Fran owns a tiebreaker against Dallas. That'd be interesting to look at. Because Dallas lost to the Jaguars, who's an AFC team. They lost to the Eagles. There's one NFC loss. They lost to who else did they lose to? I'm looking at their schedule here. I know I'm forgetting somebody ridiculous because 2 bad losses here.
They had 2 bad losses.
Let's see here.
Lost to Tampa Bay.
Lost to Tampa Bay. So
lost Tampa Bay. 2
NFC lost, Tampa Bay and Philly and Green Bay. So they have 3 NFC losses. That's how they'll do it. And then the San Fran has got beat by Chicago. That's 1. Atlanta. That's 2.
Atlanta.
They only have 2.
They only have 2. That's why.
Yeah, there it is. They've gotten beat by the Chiefs, the Falcons, the Broncos, and the Bears. Wow, look at those losses. The Falcons, the Bears,
Broncos.
and the Broncos are three of the 4 losses for the 49ers.
Wow.
Who thought that?
But let's face it, Drew, when they got beat, though, what did they lose? One game they had 12 starters out or something stupid like that when they lost to the one team? They had 12 starters?
Yeah. Now, are the Redskins mathematically eliminated?
Yes, they're out. When they lost the other night, they're done. Why they didn't play? They're playing Tyler Heineke against the Cowboys. But why would you play him when the game was on the line? You didn't play him then? Carson Wentz?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't understand that one at all. But how about the Derek Carr situation? What the hell is the Raiders going to do?
They're trading him.
No,
he's gone.
They have to see. I saw this deal today. Well, they have to trade him. They have to trade him on the 14th.
Yeah, I think
February
he's going to get traded out. I don't see how you can keep him now. Now I think,
Drew, the whole
it's
thing
like
is
one of those locker room deals where I think he's gone. Wouldn't be surprised to see him end up in,
Can you imagine him in Miami?
Maybe the Texans, Miami, the Texans. Texans are going to draft C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. But
I take him over Bryce Harper for sure.
He could end up at the Jets.
He could end up with the Jets. He could end up with 49ers, or he could end up with Miami.
I think 49ers got their quarterback, Purdy. But where's their backup going to go? I mean, where are those 2 guys going to go?
Well, Garoppolo has the option of going to all the places you just named.
Yep.
Except that he's hurt.
I wouldn't mind seeing Dallas try to pick up one of those as a backup.
Man, I don't know, Derek. I don't know. Well, because Cooper Rush,
I don't think they'll keep. Yeah, I don't know. They need to probably try to re-sign him. He's going to be your cheapest route, but I think he's going to go out and test the free agency market. So we'll see. It's going to be crazy offseason for quarterback shuffle.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I mean, I look at it and I'm just going, man, this is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But on the good news, DeMar, they've cut
Yeah,
down.
because Trey Lance going to be in San Francisco next year? Probably not.
Yep, he's going to be back.
You think so?
Yeah.
As a backup?
Yep, as a backup. I don't think he beats Brock Purdy out.
Yeah.
Well, he's already beat him out once, but I just now they've seen Brock Purdy.
New Orleans is going to be in the market for a quarterback. Atlanta's going to be in the market for a quarterback. Carolina's going to be in the market for a quarterback. The Jets, Las Vegas.
Where everybody thinks Brady would go to, everybody thinks Brady would go to San Francisco, and I'm like, to me,
He goes to Las Vegas.
Well, if he goes to San Francisco, that's where his parents live. It's, I mean, they're
Are you gonna shake up that whole team to get a 46-year-old Tom Brady? I don't know.
And then on top of that, Drew, you got to think about this though. Does Tom Brady really want to move? That's the other side of the coast. His kids live in Florida with his ex. I mean, that's a long way, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Drew?
I saw a preliminary line on the Cowboys Buccaneers at Dallas -3. That's scary.
But it's at Buccaneers, right?
Yeah. It's like the worst possible matchup for Dallas to have to go play Tom Brady. But they'd never beat him. They're 0-7, 0-8 against him lifetime.
Yeah, because it would be Tampa Bay. This is what's crazy about the Cowboys and Eagles. You have Tampa Bay and Dallas, and the winner of that goes to play Philly. So Dallas can play Philly again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to play Philly second round. It's just going to matter where's it going to be. Is it going to be in Dallas or going to be in Philadelphia?
Yeah, that's crazy. But my thing with Buffalo, though, if things stay the way, if everybody wins this weekend, does Buffalo want to play Cincinnati back-to-back?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not going to play. They're not going to play that game. If there's no way they can play it. I think that I just don't think that the players aren't going to be mentally ready to play. The coaches now, that I think they're all kind of. I mean, the only way is if the NFL lets Buffalo be the loudest voice in the room, and if Buffalo insists on making that game up for the first round at the same time the first round of the playoffs is, and then they just decide who gets home field, right? But
right.
I don't think that can work because one of them is going to have to be playing on that weekend because Kansas City will either be the 1 or the 2.
Right.
So.
The whole thing is that I think that what they're waiting to see if Kansas City wins, then they're not going to play that Buffalo-Cincinnati game because then that game will determine who the number 1 seed is.
Right.
If Buffalo wins this weekend and Cincinnati wins this weekend, then that game will determine who the number 1 seed is. Then you almost have to play it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the NFL is waiting for. They're like, well, shit, if Kansas City wins, Buffalo wins, and the Bengals win, then they don't play the game. If Kansas City loses and the other 2 win, then you have to decide because that game determines who the number 1 seed is.
Yeah. And you're talking about a lot of money, man.
A lot of money, bro.
Home field throughout the playoffs. I mean, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal.
Yeah. I mean, Kansas City got 3 home games last year instead of 2.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. A lot of income,
And I promise that these teams don't want to go play at Buffalo in that weather.
No, because you never know what you're going to get.
And not with that emotion now that's going to be in that stadium and with those players. It's either going to go 1 or 2 ways. They're either going to be just unbeatable or not prepared. I think they'll be prepared.
Well, Keyshawn Johnson, he said when it happened to him that they sent him back on the field, and he was like, pass came to him. He goes, "Oh, there's a pass." I mean, he goes, "I stuck my hand straight up instead of putting him out, got hit in the forehead with the ball." He goes, "I wasn't ready to play. I mean, my man is down on the field. What?
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to play that game." But that was back in the day versus now. That could not happen today with social media. And as big as that game was, there's no way.
Yeah.
But I still think the NFL was figuring out how to play that game. They're full of crap. I think they.
Sure they were. I think that they were. Yeah.
I think they're
100%. They were trying to play that night.
They were trying to figure it out, and I think the coaches.
No, kudos to the Bengals
and the Bills coaches. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, just for working that out, because the Bengals really could have been dicks about it.
Oh yeah,
and
there's
been
no
like,
doubt.
Let's clear it off and let's give it an hour and come back and play or whatever, and credit to Zach Taylor, and him not even questioning it. We're not playing.
Yeah, he was just like, we're not playing. That's it. We're not.
Right.
I mean, and then he and Sean. I mean, dude. But when you look as a coach, Drew, you looking at your players. They're crying. They're crying. Both of them. Both sides.
Yeah.
Not just one side. All the ones who were right there, who saw it happen right in front of them, and realized this dude was not breathing, right in front of them, watching him get resuscitated after 5 or whatever minutes, and we're just glad that they've turned down his oxygen, so he's not getting as much. So that's a good sign. And whether he plays football or not, that's crazy. But did you see his GoFundMe's up to $5 million now?
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, that's a good deal, man.
Yeah.
That's a good deal. GoFundMe's not unhappy. They get a nice bonus from that. You know what I'm saying? They get a nice fee from that. So they're like, yeah, keep doing this, which is it's still business, isn't it, Drew? You can't really.
Oh yeah.
I mean, somebody's hurt. You still can't say anything about it. But
that's a kind of shines a light on the best part of our society. When somebody's down,
no doubt.
Everybody comes together and puts their differences aside and donates to something, even if it's just $10 or $5. I mean, majority of those donations are $10 and $15.
Yeah, $20. And you know what though, Drew? He's not even getting close to making anywhere near $5 million.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, and the question is, do the Bills and the NFL continue if he ends up being, in bed or whatever, where he can't, he has to be taken care of. The question at that point is, do the Bills continue to pay for his hospital care? When does it cut off?
I would say that I would think that Players Association would have to. Surely they have something that's set in place or something like that. I don't remember how Ryan Lazier, whatever his name was, that with the Steelers, the guy who broke his neck.
Yeah.
I think they.
But
see
you remember
like
though, that's the Steelers. They're going to take care of their players.
You're right.
That's the Steelers. You're
right.
Okay.
That's what I was about to say. That's the Steelers, though.
Yeah. I mean, but the Cowboys, to me, yes. Patriots, yes. Steelers, yes. Bears, yes. Rams, Chargers.
You would think the Bills would probably take care of it.
Well, the Bills owner also, did you see
what? They have that Jim Kelly Foundation, and they seem to take care of him.
And they also wore the owner of the Bills also owns the Sabres, and they all wore number 3 jerseys yesterday.
Saw that.
That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, well, let's talk about your picks, brother. Because you had that Thunder over last night, didn't you?
I did, and then had the Thunder, which was nice. I mean, if you're going to go to the game, you can't bet against it. You can't bet
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You have before. Don't act like you haven't.
I have before. Not going to lie.
Thank you. Because we were talking trash. You were sitting there right next to me when I tried to get into a fight over you for your daughter.
But I damn sure wasn't betting on the Celtics.
Yeah, no. Not at any sort. I left at halftime, bro. That game was way out of hand.
Yeah, I think OKC played about as good as they could play last night.
Without SGA especially. I think that was kind of cool for them to do that. Oh, SGA's playing. Oh, no, he's not. And the Celtics were just they didn't look engaged, Drew, at all. Am I wrong?
At all. No, they didn't. And then
Marcus gets thrown out.
Basically just bailing out.
Who did that the other night? Remember what game was that? Somebody else?
He intentionally got thrown out of that game. Dude.
Remember, Ja Morant got thrown out.
Yep.
So, I mean, they're just like, you know what? I ain't playing this. I ain't dealing with this. We're down 30. I ain't trying to sit out here and do this. Went to the OSU game last night. I'm not trying to do this. Anyway,
I'll tip my cap to Sam Presti and say I was wrong because let me tell you, Williams can go. He can play. He can go. He can bring the ball up the floor.
Talking about J-Dub?
Shoot. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I
He
agree.
had the whole package last night. He can go.
That dunk he had was pretty nice. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
dude, he's not. I've been telling about him, and I said, now him, I would have gave up 3 picks for. Jang, I just still can't see that, man. Sorry.
And then the commander says just always bet on the guy in the blue shirt.
Dude, he never bet. Drew, he bets on the dude in the white every time. He does. I take the blue. That's why I'm like, man, I ain't listening to you, man. I'm not listening. I'm not listening to anything he's saying at all. He always takes the guy in the white. Always. I'm not sure if there's something there, but, he always takes the dude where the good guys don't always wear white. I can trust me on that one. Golden State -6, brother.
Yeah, that's they seem to be on a roll at home. Obviously, they play. They're a completely different team at home. Detroit is missing some guys. They're and obviously they don't play much defense. So I like Golden State to play well in that game, and Detroit just doesn't have a whole lot for them. Bad matchup for Detroit too on the guard side of the ball.
And then on top of that, dude,
Thompson will go for 40.
And they're 17-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your boy Ben, I just saw where he talking about Geno's is open. He's tripping. You two need to get over that, okay? Y'all need to get over that Geno's thing. Both of y'all do. Y'all are ridiculous. Let me see. Did I say that? Bulls +5.
We got the Bulls. Yeah, I like the Bulls tonight against the Nets. They always play the Nets tough. They match up pretty well with them. I look for that to be an up and down the floor. I think 5's too many. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, well, Suns Cavaliers over 217. That's not that many points, is it?
Seem low to me. I looked at it twice, and the Suns score and the Cavs score. So unless I'm just missing something.
Well, are they saying the Cavs are not? Go ahead,
What's
Drew.
that?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying the Cavs, are they going? I mean, they had 145 in OT. Are they saying they're not going to be able to do that again?
Yeah, and so it's saying this is an implied final score of 111-106, and I don't see that. It says Suns are 4-0 versus the Cavs since 2020. So I look for that to be an up and down the floor.
Yeah, I don't really see that. The college basketball, your Tar Heels, man,
Boy,
bro.
They need to bounce back tonight. I figure after reading all the press clippings and being the only team in NCAA history to be preseason ranked number 1 and lose 5 games.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's and they've all been close games too. They've all been heartbreakers and games that they should have won, and they don't. For whatever reason, they're just not closing down the stretch, and they can say whatever they want. They got to figure out a way. They need to win tonight. Wake's not that good. That's a home game at Carolina. 8:00 start on ESPN. Carolina should have the advantage on the inside, and Baycott should have about 25 and 12.
Yep.
If their key is their guards got to start making shots down the stretch.
They've got to.
I think they should.
And then of course you got OU -3 tonight.
Yeah, you got Iowa State coming into Norman. I kind of like the way the Sooners play at Lloyd Noble. They're big, and every time I bet against the Sooners this year, they burn me. So I'm gonna go the other side tonight.
Think that's gonna help you?
They're tough at home.
Yeah, they really are.
That's a terrible place to play if you're a road team.
It's that place
horrible
is
depth
just
perception. And Iowa State is a guard-oriented team that likes to shoot threes. So we'll see if they can shoot it at Lloyd Noble.
Yep, and then you got NC State to close it out at +5.
Yeah, Duke struggles in Raleigh. That's just a common fact, and I think Duke's a little overrated this year. I don't really see that, and NC State's playing pretty well right now.
Yep, and then, of course, Big 12 schedule, you've got OU and Iowa State at 6. Then you've got TCU ranked 17th at Baylor at 8, ranked 19th.
Yeah, that'd be a good game. I like Baylor there. I didn't play that. I didn't really have a chance to dive into it, but TCU, for whatever reason, and I know that they've got a good coach now, but they always seem like they're a little overrated to me.
Always in basketball.
Then they go on the road and get exposed. And Baylor's they're coming along, starting to play better. So I like Baylor in that matchup.
Yep. And then, of course, in Big 12 standings thus far, K-State is on top of the conference, ranked 25th at 2-0, 13-1. Yeah. KU is ranked third in the country, 2-0, 13-1. TCU 1-0, okay, 12-1. Iowa State 1-0, 10-2. And then Texas 1-1, 12-2. And of course, K-State getting a big win over Texas the other night. OSU 1-1, 9-5. They've lost so many games that they should be 13, 12-2.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Kansas State being 13-1 is shocking, and they're not even in the top 25.
Yeah, well, they weren't even. Yeah, they're 25th now. They're 25th.
Are
now.
they 25th?
Yeah, they're 25th now. Yeah, and then you got Texas 1-1.
I've got Iowa State ranked 25th. I don't have Kansas State.
Oh, excuse me, Kansas. Yeah, you're right. Iowa State 25th. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. I put that. I don't even know why I got my AP top 25 in here, and my top 25.
Texas,
Iowa State's 25.
Kansas.
Yeah, the top 25 AP is Purdue number 1, Houston 2, Kansas 3, UConn sneaking in there 4, Arizona 5, Texas, I don't know if they'll still be after the end of this week, 6th, Alabama 7th, Tennessee 8th. The Zags creeping back up there, they're 9th, UCLA 10th. That's your top 10 right there. Duke at 16th, and then TCU, of course, at 17th. Iowa State at 25th. And then your Tar Heels not even in there.
They dropped out again. They were 25th last week, and they dropped out after losing again.
Dude, something's going on with them, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, they just, like I said, man, they've all these games that they've lost down the stretch, they've been in or one possession games. I mean, the Iowa State game, it was one possession game. You had the Virginia Tech game was a one possession game. You know, it's just all the way down the schedule. You know, it's just they just can't. Alabama,
what was the
one possession game, 103-101. The only game they really got beat handily was Indiana, and that was a 5-point game with a minute left.
Yeah, what was the game? What was the game that when he sent them on the downslide? That first of the, whoever that team was that beat them.
Lost to Iowa State. That lost to Iowa State.
Yeah,
they got beat. They lost 4 in a row. They got beat Iowa State, Alabama, Indiana, Tech. 4 games in a row.
It was just like that game they had, and all of a sudden Iowa State just went boom, and then they haven't recovered since.
But that loss at Pitt last Friday, they were winning that whole game until 2 minutes left, and then they give it. They go last 4 minutes without scoring. So I mean, that's the thing is I think you got a battle of guards there. They got the freshman is coming in, and I think Huber's trying to get him to run the point. And you got R.J. Davis and Caleb Love, and those guys, it's like my better is better than your better, trying to outshoot each other down the stretch and not getting good shots. And I don't know what's going on with it.
Trying to go to the league. Both of them are trying to go to the league.
Exactly. Yep.
And which Caleb should have left last year, don't you think?
I think his stock was about as high as it could get coming off the Duke game.
Yep, and then you turn around and you're like, no, we're going to be stacked. Everybody's coming back, Baycott with everybody, and they just have been a dumpster fire since. Really, be honest.
Yeah, they have. I mean, very disappointing. They're for sure the most disappointing team in the country. I mean, but there's time. It's early. It's only 14 games in. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will.
They if anyone, they have the talent to where they could turn it around, and I promise you wouldn't want them being an 8 or 9 seed, being a 1 seed, and having to play them in the tournament.
No, you would not want that at all. Especially at that point they'll be rolling. But no, I don't think they'll ever put North Carolina that far up in the scale. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that you'd want them being more favorable to get in somewhere. You'd want them playing number 1 seed in the Sweet 16, not in the first, not around the 32. You would think. Yep. You would think.
We'll see. It's a big game tonight. They got a chance to go on a nice little run here. They got some winnable games, so we'll see.
Yep.
The parity in college basketball this year
is crazy. Well, the whole thing is now with the 3, it's just anybody can beat anybody anytime. And football is just not like that. If you don't have an offensive line and you can't control the line of scrimmage in football, you're in trouble. Whereas basketball, it's about shooters.
Yep.
Anybody can get hot, especially in NCAA. Anybody can get hot and it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, 100%.
It's over real quick. All right, brother, you got anything else?
Well, I just give a shout out to the Big Red up there in Lincoln. Matt Rule coming through with the 24th ranked recruiting class in the country. Got 2 guys in the All-American game yesterday. Looks like that might have been the right hire. So we'll see.
Well, he's definitely a better college coach. He's definitely a better college coach.
Surprising to see that that they were able to move up and get the guys they got. So I'm excited to see what he does. And really, we're turning the page of basketball, man. So here we go.
Yep, I'm ready, brother. I know you are. I'm definitely ready.
We got got a full slate of basketball all weekend, and then great NFL games this weekend with the playoffs around the corner. So we'll see.
Yep, I'm with you, brother. And plus the Thunder tonight they're playing the Thunder tonight's game, Andrew. I was sitting there looking at the Thunder game tonight.
Yeah, that's a pick 'em too. I didn't like that at all.
Magic +2, the Thunder are +2, over under 229.
Yeah, seems like to me like I'd probably lay off the spread and probably just play the under. The under the 229.
Yeah, I think you can't spell Thunder without spelling under in this game. I don't know if that going.
Well,
they scored 50.
Scoring across the league is up. So I think that Vegas will start recalibrating their over-unders. As you can see, they're all pretty high now.
Yeah,
so
because
for whatever reason they're either calling more fouls or guys are shooting the ball better or something. So we'll see.
But plus, Drew, the Thunder, they scored 150 last night. They played as best they possibly could ever play your role players. I just don't see them being able to come back and score.
They might have shot all their bullets last night.
Yeah, we're averaging 115 a game, but we're giving up 116.
Is SGA out again tonight?
They don't know yet. So that's
deal. So
if he's out, definitely is under. There's no doubt that team is not going to do that again. They're not talented enough to get another 150. I'll be more than happy to be wrong, but I don't see it, Drew. I just don't. Do you?
No, I don't. That's why I said I'll take the other side of it and have to play the under tonight.
Yep, I agree 100. All right, brother. I'm out. I'm going to head to the gym to deal with these little youngsters, man. Got the knuckleheads. I got to get trained. And anything else, brother? Oh, by the way.
Yep.
By the way, did you want the hoodie or not the hoodie?
Oh, I want the hoodie for sure.
What did Little Red? She didn't want anything because it wasn't pink. That's right. Never mind. I forgot she didn't want it. There she goes. I'm not wearing that. I'm like, okay. All right. Well, then don't wear it then. You'll be fine. It'll be all right. I mean, whatever you want, Mama.
If it's not black or pink, she won't wear it.
Yeah, that's what she said. And then the girls, I've got to get them pink ones because they're not gonna wear it if it's not pink. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So I'll get those pink ones made for them. I need to get a small and a medium because Faith needs the small.
Yep.
Don't you think?
Oh, yes, sir. For sure.
Yep. So I'll get that done and get those to you, and you probably should have those next week.
Sounds good, my friend.
All right, brother. All right, this is my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.
HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
He just can't help his damn self. He really can't. Wears me out with that. You do, bro. You know you wear me out. But anyway, go follow Drew Hinthorn at Husker Drew Picks. He's on fire. DrewPicks.com. He's on fire. If you want some picks, you want to make some money, hey, by all means, go see my boy. But other than that, hey, everybody